Hello, welcome back. I'm just sort of having a look how some things will look before I start the next process, and I was looking at this Barrow crossing because I was thinking maybe there should be some access to this depot point, this point lever. So I was thinking of just putting this Barrow crossing in. I actually was going through some accessories and I did notice that I'd got these from quite a long time back. I purchased these. You get like a set of 5 or 10, something like that. You don't use them very often. I used them last time on like a scenic layout, but what I did find is trains used to catch the edge, so points would just catch on the edge there, or the coupling hook I should say. So I've decided to just, as you can see, I just sanded this one down neatly and just folded them across, just on a piece of rough sandpaper. As they're only MDF, they're very quick and easy to sand down. They're really cheap on eBay. If I don't like it, I could take it up and put a bit more ballast in where that's going to be, but I was thinking having this in here just as an access point to cross the main line, because this is going to be like the main section to come into the, as there will be a fiddle yard on the end. So I'm going to paint these up grey, stick them down, and then if I change my mind later on, I might take them up and put a bit of ballast in there. But I think once they're painted up in grey, they'll look alright actually. So I'm going to get these painted. I'm actually just using some of these little tester pots. I did buy a couple extra ones from Wilko before they closed. I found that was the cheapest, but prices did start to keep going up. And this was quite a good colour because it sort of made nice road colours or anything like that. This is the Flintstone one, but there is a sulphate as well, which is a lot darker. But I just want to put a couple of coats on this just to take away the wood look. Well, the sort of the burnt wood look where it's been laser cut out. And then once we've ballasted around it and then we weather them in, it will blend in with the rest of the layout a little bit more, because it's the rest of all the concrete is grey. I mean, I could just create some walkways with this grey card, which I have done in the past, but I thought I'd have a slight change this time. Like you say, you know, it's like I was saying earlier, if you don't like something on your layout, it's just changeable. So I'm going to do these probably 2 or 3 coats, maybe a couple, because it doesn't seem to be covering that well. It is only an emulsion paint this. I'm just using a quite big brush and getting it everywhere. I suggest you might want to take a bit more time, get less on your fingers. I'm always in a hurry when I'm building. I like building it, but I like it to be finished as well, you know. So at the moment I've been doing a little bit every night now, trying to work on this. I think the last one that was very similar to this took me about 6 weeks all in. Sometimes you're waiting for parts to arrive because you've not bought everything and you've ordered something online, or you know, you're waiting at the weekend so you can go down to the model shop again. But, I'm obviously putting way too much on these, and I'm going to again end up a mess with blobs all over them if I'm not careful. So I'm going to call that a day on those. Well, a day. an hour, let them dry, then get them onto the layout, glue them down, and then I'd like to start a little bit of ballasting. I've got something to talk to you on ballasting though, because I'd only got a little bit of ballast left, and I couldn't find the Gaugemaster ballast. Well, I forgot it was called Gaugemaster ballast. I thought it was Pico one. I was hunting around for this, and I just can't remember the last one I bought. So I went down the model shop and I actually bought a Hornby one, which I'm not really sure it's going to be perfect or not, but I'm going to mix it and then just see. But I'll show you both of them in a few minutes, up close, and you can actually see that there's, very similar ballast. One's slightly darker, but I'm not worried about the colour too much because I am going to weather it and spray them in, and there'll be lots of oil spilt, obviously because they're around the depot, so it's not going to be crucial that it's the same colour. But I just wanted to make sure it was the same size because it does look slightly bigger, but I'll let you have a look at that. Okay, so I've got both sorts of ballast there. This one is the Hornby one. You can see there's quite dark in there. And this was the Gaugemaster one, which I think is slightly finer. I'm going to mix a little bit of N-gauge with this one as well. And I may already had mixed a little bit of N-gauge with this in the past. It's maybe why it looks a little bit finer. But I'm going to mix a couple of bits together and just to see what these two look like mixed. See if it is a bit too coarse. If it is, then I'm going to have to order some and wait. But I'm going to just put a piece down on a bit of track and just have a look once I've mixed it and just see where I go from there. So just to let you know, this is the Hornby ballast. So that's R7167 ballast granite. It's just 250 grams. It's about £4 something. I didn't need a lot, and I think I probably got enough left over of the Gaugemaster. It's probably about 150 maybe in there. I was thinking perhaps I might need a little bit more. And the worst thing is once you start ballasting, you don't want to sort of just break off and then wait for the next batch. You like to get it all finished and all done in one go, sort of thing. So, but I'll just show you putting that onto a piece of track next. Right, I've mixed about the same equal parts. So I'm just going to put a little bit down. I tend to always use a spoon, and then I'll brush it in afterwards. I tend to find the ballast hoppers, well, I tend to find that they just put too much on, and I've just done exactly what I'd said these ballast hoppers do, and I've just put too much on now. So I need a little brush. Okay. All I'm doing is just trying to brush it in between the sleepers so it's not on the track itself, or actually on the surface of the sleepers, so I can get a good feel of how this ballast is going to look. Okay, let's have a look at that. I think I've got that wrong, so it's more like it. I might just take a little piece off that edge actually, just to make it sit a little bit better. Yes. Now we'll just take a little piece off the edge of that as well. If you're wondering how I'm doing that, it's just a piece of sandpaper, a bit coarse, and just taking it. This is very close to the points, I need to be a bit careful. So that's that fixed in place. Just going to remove everything now, ready so we can start ballasting.